New developments in the KCBD Investigates Testing Trust series. A Lubbock businessman is ordered to pay back his investors. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Case Wilbanks. Christy is off today. Judge John Grace of the 72nd District Court in Lubbock County has ruled Joshua Allen and his co-defendants breached fiduciary duty in a case involving investments into the expansion of the Walk-On's restaurant franchise. Judge Grace ordered Raiderland Holdings and Tate Crow be paid back losses of $130,000 to $525,000. The two sued Allen for securities fraud and breach of fiduciary duty, claiming they gave him those hundreds of thousands of dollars for the expansion of Walk-Ons into Amarillo and El Paso, but never saw anything in return. Judge Grace denied the claim of securities fraud, but agreed with the breach claim. That trial began in early June, and Judge Grace made his ruling this week. Now, separately, last week, Allen and Michael Cox, also a Lubbock businessman, were federally indicted for what prosecutors call a massive Ponzi scheme.